Got it. Charlie, go to WRC, man.
No, I'm alright.
You are not alright. Just go to WRC.
Wait,
Take
what? What settings are you changing?
the no.
This one now. Mate, this is actually cool because everyone's gonna talk on your lap and know, and be annoying.
Nah, I'm just gonna leave, be on my own.
No, you're gonna be with me.
My
Bro's the
my
lone wolf of the
information
pack.
provides the blood information.
Bro's the lone wolf of the pack.
I literally am the alpha leader, mate.
Is it full?
18,
Yeah, 'cause
but
it's-
it will be full once Jonas and Jack
Wait.
join.
yeah,
Wait, Beetle.
fully, mate.
Then I'm just gonna
Beetle,
go
how old are
balance.
you?
Bye, guys.
Blood
Beetle, how
just
old are you?
left.
15. I turned 15 yesterday.
You do not sound 15.
No, you sound
Yeah, I do.
2 years old, to be honest.
Shut up. Shut up, Tryman Van Drake.
Shut up, Oscar Penningham.
Oh, what? Oh, what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, pussy?
A lot.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, pussy?
Well, I say, you sound way older than me.
Bro.
Pito,
Yeah.
go to commentator VC, you pussy.
Alright, I'm gonna join the commentators VC.
Do you have the rain percentage? For everything.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
You know the rain percentage?
Oh,
like,
I guess you're
the
just gonna
chance
be
of
very
rain.
slow then.
No.
For me it says 14% to 12%,
But maybe not.
and then the race is 13.
They will stay clear then.
So I'm hoping it doesn't rain, because I already know if it rains I am done for.
I'm not. I did one full lap of practice.
I did 0 full laps of practice. I could barely last a lap.
That's crazy.
That's how bad I am. That's why I want to get in. That's why I want tier 2 instead of tier 1. Switching me with a CKZ. Alright, I have to go.
Invalidated a point 2.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Oh well, we've got some drivers out on the track. Your Luca on his lap. I think Luca's on the intermediate. But you got Narnix and yours. He's traffic. Anders Edge, the first driver on those soft tyres. Taking an interesting throttle usage through the turn 5. Out through the tight sector 2. Got to keep it. Don't want to outbrake yourself. Ooh. Don't want to outbrake yourself. Now heading down into the final corner of the lap, or heading up the main straight, this uphill section. No, he's going to come up to the line. The Pingatari sets benchmark of 109.466, and the Z should beat that, but he doesn't. 0.3 slower. Yeah, Hazach is coming up to the line. Up to the line. Hazard is a 10.1, not a very good lap time. Sebo at 109.4 on the medium tyres. Dylan Solo, you can piss right off. Luke's heading through the second sector split, 51.7. He's now heading up along this straight. Wing damage. Where the fuck did you get wing damage here? Like, unless you like slammed into. Oh, you disconnected. Well, Luke goes to the top of the time. She's at 108.7. Where's Lavi? There is Lavi. And you've got a couple Jack is on a lap. The Northern Irish driver reserving for. Well, he is a Northern Irish full time, but that seat was filled, so he weren't just gonna kick Plump out the lobby, as that would not be very nice. But he goes P2. And Plump's just gonna pull off into the pit lane, meaning no one is on a lap yet. Narnik, though, is starting a lap. The Swedish driver hasn't been here for the last 2 races. We'll go on the off-board view with him. With 70% of ERS, not much ERS to start the lap with. Through 4th gear through the first couple corners. On to the back straight. Activate that DRS. Heading through along the Retroposta. Into turn 4. Takes it in 5th gear. Back up the hill. Just sort of a small dab of the brake in through turn 5. The uphill chicane can get very easy to mess up. Narnik takes it well though. Now through the tight next 3 turns, the right, the left, and now this right here, which you can very easily lock up into, which he doesn't do. But it does go a little bit deep, misses that apex, up into 5th gear, 6th. Now we're going to head through the second sector splits of 51.8 as 1/10 down on Luke. But now Narnik's up on through to the throttle onto the final straight. What will the time be for the Swedish driver? It's going to be a 108, a 108.7 goes P2, 60 thousandths behind Luke, the Irish driver. Jonas, our remaining the second Portuguese driver into the lobby. He is serving a qualifying ban. And Hampus, his Narnik's teammate, goes to the top of the time, which is a 108.6. It's a good lap time. Kebab, the Belgian driver, heading along the Retroposta in. I don't know which one is Curva de Sol. I'm pretty sure it's the last corner. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's the last corner, but he's got Narnik ahead of him. Kebab heading up the uphill, and Lavi is disconnected again. Going on the off-board view of Kebab through the second sector. Now goes to the little helicopter view. 4th gear, 5th gear. Kebab's 3/10 down on Luke. So I think we're going to be seeing maybe a time maybe like a 109.3 or 103.5. We'll see through. Kebab goes P forward at 108.9. Oh, Lavi, I will invite you in a second. Carter, the Northern Irish driver, is just on an outlap. Praz heading up to the line, the Portuguese driver, wanting redemption for the unfortunes he suffered last time out in Qatar. Had a late race incident which saw him fall down to the back of the pack. Praz goes up to P2 with a 108.6. It's a great lap time. The Portuguese driver Cooper's invalidated his lap time. You got Hazes, the Wales driver, with Ireland and Wales partnering up. If you disconnect one more time, you're not racing. Okay. And Hazes is down on his time. Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal if you disconnected, but Hazes has got the Belgian driver, one of the two, right in ahead of him. And they're just going to pass into pit lane. He did pick up a nice little bit of a toe. It's not a very good lap. He just about improves his time. Plumps up on his lap time. Totally good on the hard tyre. Oh, and plumps round. Carter's now pushing. Heading into Curva de Sol, the final corner. I think that's the name of the corner. He's actually 1/10 up on Luke. So this would put him in a net P2 position as it stands. But will he get a bit of a toe off Cooper, the English driver? In England have pretty much won the championship. And Carter's going to go P1. The 108.5 takes it by a 10th. Jack goes P2 as well with a 108.6. This is a full quali session, not a short. So Jack, don't need to be using all those soft tyres. We got Cooper on a lap now. He's not got any battery, so I think he's just... I don't know whether he's pushing or not, but we won't go on board. We will go on board with Sebo, however, the Finnish driver. Activating that DRS along the Retroposta, the back straight. And what is the time for the first sector? 17.1. He's half a tenth up. Now, through the turn 4, what will he do on the uphill right-hander? He takes it pretty well, taking a bit of that inside curve, which you do need to do in some cases. He is on the medium tyre, so he is just going to want to gain as much lap time as possible. There's a little bit of a snap of oversteer there. And Narnik's got a fucking... Narnik's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Cooper goes up to the top of the time sheet to 108.4. Oh, and Sebo's had a bit of a snap on the grass on the exit of the final corner. Oh, and Sebo's pulled off into the pit lane. Lavi's invalidated his lap, but Narnik has been disqualified. You didn't know it was full quali. Oh. Yeah, well, I think it seems a couple of people are making that mistake. Pinky Terry up to P8, ahead of Sebo. Hazes, I don't know what he's doing. The Lavi now, he's starting now his push lap. Carter's retired in P2, he should be safe. Lavi on the offboard, heading through turn 1 and 2. The Senna S's, as they are usually called, lift off the throttle through 4th gear, holding it in turn 1. Want to take that curve on the left to gain you that critical lap time. Along the Retroposta, the back straight activates the DRS. What is the time for sector 1? It's a 16.922. That is purple so far in this session. It's 5th gear through turn 4. Now, he's going to head on the uphill into turn 5. How will he take it? Oh, he's taking too much curve on the inside and he's invalidated. Let's go on board with Fusion. Along the back straight, activates that DRS. What will the time be? It's a 16.983, so he is 0.71 down on Lavi through sector 1. Now he's got his teammate ahead of him. His teammate Cooper might try give him a bit of a toe. No, he's not. He's just letting him through. Now Fusion heading into sector 2, 2nd gear through the first right-hander into the left through 3rd gear. Minor tap on the brakes up to 4th, up to 5th, down into 3rd through the right-hander. He didn't have a fuck up on the grass on the entry. He's going to now 16.983 is in purple. Yeah, no. I mean, actually, Fusion's actually, to be fair, on a good time. This lap time should put him in P1. And up to the line, Fusion should go P1, but it's going to be a great time here. 108.121. Takes P1 in this session. Yeah, he's out. Hampus has gone up to P2. And Hampus is, I think he's thinking it's a short bully. But he's retired. Maybe he didn't know, I don't know. But Praz is now on the lap. All bit of oversteer for the Portuguese driver. He's in P6, just wanting to improve his time. You've already got 4 drivers out. So if you just got to beat 1 driver and then you're through. Praz now heading into the curve to solve the final one. He's 2 tenths up on his lap. So provisionally Praz should put himself up into P2. We'll have a look. Up to the line. What will Praz, the Portuguese driver, do on his second race here? But he goes up to P3 with a 3/10 improvement. You got people on the outlaps. Totally Goods 1.1 seconds up. Heading through the final corner. It's provisionally a purple sector 2, but that could be a glitch in the game. Sparky game. Oh, and that's not the line you need to be taking along this straight. Jonas is now retired from the session. And Totally Good. This lap should put him through. It's P9. I'll be interested. Pingateri's on an outlap. So, Anders Edge and Sebo. Are they safe? Luca's now heading out the pit lane. Balavi is heading along the retrocross to the back straight. Could he maybe get a 17.004? He's actually not got too much battery to start this lap. So that could hinder him along the main straight. But in the second sector, he won't use too much. He doesn't make the same mistake he made on his first lap. Oh, but that's a snap of oversteer. And that's a big mistake for Lavi. Could that see him possibly be out of the session? Because that's a big error you cannot be making in these circumstances when it's incredibly tight. See what Lavi's second sector split time is. So could he be out of the session? It's a 51.826. So his time is looking good. He should be safe with this time, but we will see. Let's see what time he does up to the line. Cooper's retired. Lavio's P8 with that, even with that mistake, so he would have had a lot of time. Hazards is invalidated. Plumps now along the back straight. Through sector 1, it's a 17.263, a 10.5 up. He's not have a good time though. He's 2.5 tenths down on what Lavi set, and Lavi was down on what he did before. So Plump might be out here. Yeah, he's making quite a few mistakes on the shifts and the throttle here. Oh, ignore that little voice crack. But yeah, we'll see what lap time the Northern Irish driver can do. It's a 52.619. He's 1.4 seconds up. So provisionally that'll put him on a 1.098, which would put him into P14. Which I don't think is good enough. Sebo stayed in the pits. And Plump P14, so Sebo is definitely safe. So Hazards and Luca, now the 2 drivers under pressure. Anders Edge and Pinguteri are definitely safe with their laps. We'll see what Luca can do. I think he's on a fresh set of soft tyres. It's for 51.871. So provisionally it's looking like Luca's safe. Although he did make a mistake at the final corner. Yeah, Lavi, you made a big mistake. Wait, what do you mean? What's happening to you? Up to the line. What will Luca do? It's a P9. So Hazes. See what Hazes can do on his lap. He's 2.5 tenths up, so he's gonna need a miracle of a last sector. And driving like shit, yeah. I mean, you made a big mistake there, but you still got 1:07 on that lap. You could have probably lost a lot of time. And will he not plump out? No, he won't. Lost a lot of time in the final sector, actually. Plump, you can just retire from the session now. Save us the time of watching you drive up to the line. Unless you just want to drive up to the line, which is fair enough. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I invited you a lot at the start, but you never responded to me. So if you joined earlier, then Plump probably would not be in that 15th position. He'd be out the fucking lobby. And Hazard said he ran out of ERS on his lap, which is unfortunate. Probably why he lost a lot of time on the last sector. I want to see if Praz actually did 3 runs. He used 2 sets of softs. Right. So I think a lot of these you used extra sets. Jack used 3 sets. 3 sets of softs, totally good. Anders Edge used 3 sets of softs just to get through to Q2. Now we're heading into the second session of qualifying. Well, it says you use 3 sets on the thing, and maybe that's not 3. We've got our 15 drivers in the second set of qualifying. My predictions for who's going to be out in this session, I'm going to give you the 5 drivers I don't think will be through. I'm going to say both the Polish drivers, Plump, Pingu Terry, and Luca. Okay then. I reckon those are going to be the 5 drivers that leave us in this second session of qualifying. See, Pingu Terry's teammate CKZ was our winner from last round, but he got a qualifying ban for a mass impediment on Kaffa, the Swedish driver, and we see Hampus, one of our Swedish drivers, heading out onto the track. Wants to get that time in early. Fusion on the mediums. We'll see if he can get through to Q3 on just the 1 run. Who's out in Q1? Well, 3 people had quali bans: Thiak, CKZ, and Jonas. And Anders Edge is retired from the session. Interesting. CKZ, Thiak, and Jonas had quali bans. None got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. And then Hazes ran out of ERS on the straight. I think he said he was gonna get. He said it was like 6 tenths up. He lost a lot on the straight, so he went out. But you'll be happy to hear that both the Norwegian and Finnish drivers are through. But we'll go on board with Hampus into the center S's turn 1, 2, 3rd gear, back onto the throttle through turn 2, takes a tight entry, which might lose him a bit of time on the exit. And now along the Retro Costa, has the DRS activated 16.870 through the first sector split. That's a good time to start off the session, assuming that that's going to be on a fresh set. Wants to stamp his mark early, just overtaken the Northern Irish driver of, I think that's Carter. We'll have a look. That's Plump. And Hampus in second gear now through the tight, turny sector 2. Don't want to make a mistake, as it can easily just unhook your lap. And all that was close to him clipping the grass there. Wasn't the best corner of the there. But now along, down the hill. 51.624 into the Curva de Sol. On the exit, the final corner, and he's invalidated his lap. That is unfortunate for him. But we have got Who is on their lap next? I think that is the Irish driver of Luke. Luke on a 51.861, matching his Q1 time. I'm gonna say that's on a used set because I know Luke's a quick driver and Luke's a quick driver, especially in qualifying. So a lot of good qualifying performances from him in the first season of LRL, and Luke's going to show that by setting a 108.7 to start off the session. Not a bad lap from him there. And then Jack, the Northern Irish driver, reserving for Belgium Savage, is a 108.749. Jack, the Northern Irish driver, reserving for Belgium today. He's going to get a little bit of tow from the Dutch driver of Luca. And Jack goes to the top of the time sheet to the 108.6. Totally good, up to the line, 108.194. Fusion invalidated his first lap, so he's going to have to go again. Lavi's on the lap and he's made a mistake. Will he back out or will he see it out to the finish? I think he's going to be backing out, yeah. Or he's probably just going to pull off into the pit lane. We'll have to see. Will he finish his lap? Yes, he will. I'm assuming here he's just going to finish it to get a delta. It's not a very good lap from him. It's only a 109.3. Look how frustrated he is with that turning of the wheel and he's lost his tyre. He's lost his bloody tyre. Oh, and he's left the session. What's happened there then? Fusion goes to the top of the timing sheet, so Ronnie sits on the mediums. Terry, what will his time be on the board that he sets as his first lap in the second session of qualifying? Goes P6 of 108.809. Bab's saying he's been impeded. Well, what's happened to Lavi? Oh. Minus 12% when I started your lap. Whoa, you did a 108.7. That's not a bad used tyre lap. But Kras is getting a tow from the Italian driver Pinguterri, who's going to pull off into the pit lane. Kras is going to come up to the line. The time he will set is a 108.7 P5 for now. Cooper up the line. I'm assuming he'll go up to P1 or 108.4. Takes away 2/10. And Hampus now up to the line. What will his time be? He goes up to P1. Takes it just by over a tenth. And Carter's just... Oh, I think he's doing a double warm-up lap. The top two have retired, but Praz starting his lap, the Portuguese driver, hoping to seal his spot in Q3, heading through the center S's to turn 1, 2, chicane, not chicane. Yeah, and now on to the back straight, the Retroposter. And activating that DRS, he's actually down on his time through the first sector. Maybe made a little mistake that we couldn't really see. Oh, and he's actually, no, he's backed off. And I think Fusion is now going to start that. Oh, he has a bit of oversteer at the final corner. Invite me, I want to do a last first. Alright, I'll invite you. I'll invite you back to the server as well. Should I invite you back to the server? Or... But I mean, you can stick around as like FIN stuff. I mean, I'd appreciate that. Unless you don't really want to, but that's alright. I don't... It's fine if you just do it. Carter 1083. Great lap. Now puts himself at the top. Fusion only P3. I'm surprised by that. Up to the line for totally good. And only P10. So he is more than likely out of this session, and that's Luca. He is on his outlap, but that was a bit of a mistake. Pingateri's only got 30% left on his battery, so will he even be able to improve? He's got Sebo now, who's on his lap. This is a pressure lap for the Finnish driver. Again, Plump. How the fuck do you keep getting wing damage? But along the Retroposter, through sector 1, half a tenth up on his previous time. Through fourth gear, back onto the throttle. He's now along the uphill through this tough right-hander of turn 5, taking that inside curb to gain the critical lap time needed to hook up a lap. Oh, but I just noticed that Praz has gone P1 with a 108.157. That's a time that's a great time. Especially in Q2, so we should see him dip into the 107s, but the likes of Jack retiring, yeah, he should be safe. But Sebo is 1.5 tenths up. Right now, this would put him in P6, just below that top 5, who look quite far clear. Luke's gone up to P6, he's through with that. Sebo up to the line. What will the time be? Pinguteri's not improved on his previous time. Then Sebo goes up to P6 with a 108.482. Bab's 5 tenths up. Luca's invalidated. So it is Luca. I think Luca's out. I have to see how long's left of the session. Oh, Kebab spun! Kebab spun. They both spun. So that means totally good. Should be through. Unless Plump can do something about it. But Plump's not improving on his time. So, totally good. Snuck himself through. The final session of qualifying. Bro doubted me. I did doubt you, but you were P10 when you were fucking, I don't know. You were P10. Oh, P10 when you set your lap. Like, the odds of you getting through were so low. But these two fucked up. So that means you are good. That means that you are through to Q3. And I mean, the top 8. You got some work to do to catch up to that top 8. You're 3/10. You're 3/10 off Jack, who's P8. And I think some of these lot definitely did their lap on the set, because Pole will definitely be well into the 107s. But a shock at the top of the timing sheets. Praz takes it by a 10th and a half. The English drivers maybe waiting to show their pace for Q3. We've also got some fast guys at the back of the field. Lavi, Thiak, CKZ, all capable of making that top 5, or maybe even the top 3. Seb also did quite well. He's got something to show in Q3. But we will see who will take pole in the final session of qualifying. Better in TT. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these guys are. I can tell you that. I mean, to be fair, like a lot of these guys have been quite. I mean, to be fair, like actually, I'm yapping. Ignore me. But we will see who will take pole position for the final round of the World Cup. I mean, Jonas, to be fair, he did use a bit too many sets of tyres. He used 2 sets in Q1. And then I think he's used a used and now fresh set in Q2, which didn't help him out. But will Praz take pole position? He took P1 and Q2. I have to see. But my prediction for pole position here is actually, I'm going to go for a bold one. I'm actually going to say that, actually, I don't know. I'm going to say Fusion's going to get pole. But the person on the front row next to him is not going to be anyone who has been on the front row so far this season. No, not a team, not anyone from a team. But so far, I think the top 2 in both sessions. But who will take? I'm got 11 minutes 47 seconds, and then that approximately. I can't use new tires for my strat to work. Ah, that's not ideal. I was a bit confused why I saw you go out on hards in Q1. I joined the stream back in like 10 minutes. Alright, just be here for the start of the race if you're actually gonna race. Because I was just gonna say, like, it'll be nice if you could join back and retire if you weren't gonna race. Because that would do if there's like safety cars and shit, you could just fuck up the order a bit when people are trying to overtake. But you've got Fusion on the outlap. First car on the track. I'm assuming this is on a fresh set of the soft tyre. But this is the final race on F123. And we will see who takes the championship. I mean, England are 32 points ahead of their nearest rivals, Italy. And Italy have a driver who has a quality ban, so it's highly unlikely that England will not win this title. But they were the pre-competition favourites, and they have lived up to the hype with two of the top 3 in the Tier 1 driver standings, and Pascu, who finished P2, has left the league. So, if Pascu was actually racing, that Italy team could have definitely posed a threat with Pascu, Tier 1 P2 driver, and CKZ, the Tier 2 drivers champion, who's proved that he can beat the Tier 1 guys, winning the last race at Qatar, also finishing P2 in the Tier 1 race at Monaco after he received a penalty. But Fusion's gone deep, completely missed that apex. I think he nipped some grass on the entry. I'm going to head uphill into turn 5, takes the curb nicely, goes down to 5th gear, hold it in fifth gear for quite a long time. He's using quite low gears, which is, you don't really see second gear much. But it's all down to personal preference and how comfortable you feel with the car. But all that was close to him, some clipping some grass. Clips that, takes the inside curb a little bit. Now heading into the curve of the Soul. Up now onto the back, onto the main straight. He's just got McLaren behind him. He's just going to sit behind, maybe pick up a bit of turbo and from fusion to someone. And we will see what the lap time is. He actually clips some grass on the entry. Where's he going? Maybe trying to aim into that wall. But this is going to be a great banker from Fusion. So 107.9. And Jack actually doesn't really get a toe from him. Fusion just moves straight out of the way. You got Carter now, who's starting a lap. Luke, who is definitely a contender for maybe a good lap here. I think he's on a U set, or maybe he's just not. 108.3 either way. Not an awful time. Terry, we'll see what he can do. Up towards the line, it's a 108.7 Terry. Jack's on a lap. Sebo on a lap. He's getting an Alpine of Totally Good, who's ahead of him. Not looking so totally good on those hard tyres. Sebo's going to get a lovely toe off him on those oh, and he's just jolted out the way. Don't know what he's doing there, but we'll see. I think Sebo might have been affected a bit by that. It's not probably going to be the best laps from him. Only a 108.6, so he's definitely got room to improve in that. But Jack heading up to the line. What will his time be? He is going to do a 108.4. Carter's on his lap, he's 6 tenths up. He knows he's gone up to P5, but at 108.698. Cooper and yeah, I mean, the rear locket, yeah, especially at turn corner before the end of sector 2, you can clip that grass very easily, and then your car is just literally just gonna go around in a little 360 turn. Cooper on a lap. Tier 1 Drivers Champion heading through the center S's of turn 1-2. Lift off the throttle through there. Just a bit of just a minor dab off it. Now onto the retro post to the back straight. Activates that DRS under the billboard. Now he's going to find his braking point just after the 100-meter board. He is broken quite early because he's taken that inside curb. I dropped the controller I'm holding for this commentary. Now he's heading up into turn 5. One off this off-board little view on the right-hand side of his car. Ignore the second voice track of the stream. Now onto the helicopter cam. Now heading this through. Will he lock up here? Take that grass. He gets close to it. But that's what you've got to do. You've got to push the limits of the car, of the track, to gain all the lap time you can get. But what will the time be for Cooper? I think he's a 10th down this teammate provisionally. And now on the exit of the last corner, up into 6th gear. He'll activate that DRS soon. It's coming along and it's on now. Up into 8th gear, past the pit lane. What will the time be for the English driver? Will he go P1? Yes, he will. Takes it by a 10th.5. Praz now on a lap through the end of the first sector. 16.987. Not the best time for him. But now heading through turn 5. Can Praz heading into 5th gear? He wants to split up that English 1-2 for their drivers right now. In 2nd gear, maybe a bit deep through there. But he's just got to gain as much composure on the step as he can. Doesn't want to clip that grass or it will send him flying. He's had a good second sector so far. Maybe just a couple of minor mistakes, but that's okay. You won't lose too much from that. And he's actually 5 tenths off the pace of Fusion right now. Maybe he's on a used set of tyres. We'll have to see. But after this, we'll see at what time Praz has got what Praz puts on the board. So it's going to be a 108.397. Puts in P4 just behind Luke. Hampers with a 16.967 through the first sector. Gonna head up through turn 5. The Swedish driver who's making his debut appearance hasn't been here for the last 2 races. Hasn't been racing here for a while. And in fact, just taken a little short break. I think his last appearance was Tier 2 Monaco. I think he did appear for Tier 1 Monza. I don't remember exactly everything that happened there. Hecking through 2nd gear. Back onto the throttle into 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now 6th. up into Curva de Sol. So 51.519. He's just around half a tenth up on Praz through now onto the back straight. And there's a Williams going slow. He's just going to pull off into the pit lane there. And what will the time for Hampus be? The Swedish driver. What will his teammate got disqualified? And it's P3. Good lap from him. Totally good. Is actually a bit down. 9/10 down on Hampus. I'm gonna say it's the U set tires. Got to do this lap and get back to the pit ASAP to be able to do his final lap of this session. It's only a 109.534, which puts him well out off the back of Pingu, who's now heading out on the track for an out lap. Three minutes and 30 seconds left in the session. We'll start seeing cars head out. Actually, we've just seen Jack and Sebo leaving their garages now. Apart from the English drivers, we've got one driver from every other country. We've got the two English drivers at the top. Then got Swedish, Irish, Portuguese. Well, Jack is Northern Irish, but he is representing Belgium for this race. Finnish, Northern Irish, Italian driver who's starting his lap now, and a Polish driver who's third in. Jack can take on safe one. Okay, well for the race, can you just retire on lap 1? Oh, never mind. Terry's actually down the second first sector. He's actually got a decent first sector with a 16.878. But we will see what he can do for the rest of his lap. He's got a couple of cars ahead of him. He's got Carter and Jack. Jack moves out of the way. But Carter should move out of the way soon. We might actually get a little bit of close in the nice area along the back stretch. Some of these guys might be going for double out. That's just to get boost that fuel and help increase his tire pressure. This area is 2.5% up. This is a good lap for the Italian driver so far. Right now, he's clearing off P7. But he maybe get up to P6, getting a little bit more time through the final sector. Up to the line, what would the time be for him? P4! It's a great lap for the Italian driver. No one expected that out of him. So that shot a lot of people as well. Doing double out lap. Sebo now on the lap. Jack is actually Sebo's half the time up through the first sector. Well, Lavi, you're back. You can watch your teammate do a lap. He's just getting kind of encountering some traffic, passing the Polish driver totally good, heading through the second sector. Sebo is going to need to gain a bit more time. He wants to stop to get into the 107 and have a chance at pole position. But he's just got to make his way through the track. 51.488 is a tenth and a half up. Will he gain some time on the final straight shot? Got some cars that just backing up here through the final sector. It might not be very good for Jack.